Hey y'all, gravity. Anything above ground, live it. How y'all doing this afternoon? Thank you to everyone that was there at the live earlier. And we're going to have fun with this one. Well, it's not really a fun topic, but it's going to be lighthearted because I like to try to do one lighthearted stream per month. We can't always talk about politics, even though there is some politics in this. We see how it goes, but we're going to talk about legacy of Tupac today. Because everybody want to say because Tupac was a gangster rapper, he didn't do things for the community. He ain't put out no message that was positive. He ain't do that. He was just another one of these rappers who were talking about killing police and killing Whitey, and he didn't do anything positive in the community. Okay, sure. So I have a link up top. Anybody wants to come up? Maybe you know things that people don't know about Tupac. Yeah. But the reason why I'm doing this show, family, is what I'm going to show you. Now, we know Donald Trump got a whole Twitter style app. We know this. And, they try to put up news that is somewhat in the grand scheme of the mainstream, even though they say mainstream is the devil. That's what they say. Family, this is why I always say the white vote will doom us all. The white vote is we embracing villainy today, family. Oh, we gonna play that. Oh, look who's here, Miguel. Oh, look. He called in Miguel. Roberto called in Miguel. Oh, look. He's here. Anyway, back to the show. Like I said, Donald Trump got his whole social media app, and they had to talk about this. Oh, yes, they did. But then we have, like I said, the white vote will doom us all. Yeah, Torian, I appreciate that. I was just gonna ignore him, but you took care of it, so it is what it is. Tabernacle. This is DC Inquirer. Now they got a check on True Social. That means they love that shit. So it says breaking: Las Vegas man arrested in connection to 1996 murder of Tupac Shakur. And the link to their site. Okay, that's great. Now again, this happened on the 29th. Today's the 2nd of October. See, when I say the white vote will doom us all, this fool wrote, "Why? Who cares who killed him? He was not an upstanding citizen. He was a bad influence on the younger generation. He did the world a favor. He should not be punished for killing him." This is what the white vote said. This is y'all's white voting block. So they claim that people should care about human life, and every life is precious. But somebody black gets killed, then they have to say, you know what? He wasn't a good influence. He shouldn't be able to live. Well, Inkpad, you put this out thinking that you were doing something impressive. It didn't end well for you now, did it? Now, again, True Social is a white supremacist platform. I use it just to keep abreast of what white people be talking about. I don't really engage on here, but I had to engage on this post. We will see that in a minute. So somebody said, this white herb character said, "You, sir, are uneducated and ignorant to say the least. I am now dumber for having read your comment. You are awarded no points." So then this guy says he looks like a South of the Bordarian mixed with Kevin Owens. Yes, Israel, you look like a South of the Bordarian mixed with Kevin Owens. So you said you are the ignorant one here. This is the guy who rapped glorifying violence against those who wear their uniform. I'd rather know who shot the president. So then this person came back and said, so you think he exercises God-given right to free speech and you disagree with his viewpoints against police, that someone should be able to kill him and get away with it? Come on, man. In the words of our great commander in grief. What difference would it make when they actually come out and tell you about the president's killer? Nobody will do anything anyway. Too far gone. I have no idea who did it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Could have been a 3-letter agency, though. And then somebody named QAnon must go down says, no, you're just dumb. Okay. We continue. Billy Ralph said, that's the most ignorant statement I've heard all year. He replied, then you should listen to yourself. Uh-huh. Oh, Blueface is going to jail? Who cares? Anyway, that's a wild name. Pac spoke on many of the things Trump does, not trusting those who you're told to trust. If you don't get that message, you're a part of the problem. Then he said he talked a lot of hate and division and the imaginary oppression of the race. It was taken out just like any other trash. What did I tell y'all? Oh, he back again. Oh, hey, oh, look at him. He's really looking for attention. Family, I'll let y'all make the decision. Torian, don't block him yet. I'll make y'all let the decision. Did y'all want Miguel Suarez to come back? Y'all want him to talk and get off, or should I just send him down to the pit 3? Yeah, I'll let y'all do it. 1, for let him talk, 2, for let him to go down to the pit 3. I'll let y'all decide that. I'm gonna keep reading these comments. Come back in about 60 seconds. We're gonna look at this later, family. If he really talked about a lot of hate and division, but okay. You obviously know nothing about the guy in Stand Behind Murder. That's sick. Well, that's what they do. Come on, lady. Alegna, you know this is what they do. White people love murder, even when it happens in their own house. Uncalled for, dude. Uncalled for. Dude, just because he was a rapper and came from a bad background doesn't mean you had to follow him. You should look at the parents of those kids who did try to follow him. A little common sense goes a long way. A lot of us listen to Tupac, and we're not out here talking about kill the police. Since y'all think that's what's his whole message. So, Mary, good afternoon. You said roast his ass. Okay, we'll think about it. 225 girl, hello. If he's not going to cam up and back up what he says, show him the exit. Ooh, that's a very good idea. Hey, Miguel, I'm going to give you the chance to come up and tell me everything you want to say. The link is up top. I'll put it up again. Don't be scared. It's okay. There you go, Miguel. You can come up and say whatever you want to say. I'll let you get off for 30 seconds. Unless you're going to give me an excuse again. I should be able to hear a beep in the next 30 seconds that you're in the backstage. But we'll see. Somebody said Pac was the man and he was good for his community. Death Row wasn't good for him, but the real Pac was a good thing. And a lot of people care about him. Ultra Weenie Mommy. We will find out one of our elected politicians is directly involved. Well, and somebody said, Kamami. Well, this happened in Vegas. I don't think Kamami had anything to do with it, but okay. Here we go. I never understood why someone so successful was still messing with gangs. You mean like cops? You mean like y'all's politicians? I don't think y'all want to go there. Please post a credible source showing he was associated with any gang. Trump had 2 gangs attack the nation's capital. That's the real thug. Inkpad came back and said, I think a lot of it is centered around hate for the opposite race, but we are not supposed to talk about the reverse recession because it is the blacks hate whites more than the other way around. And then somebody said you can't just leave a gang once you've been placed. Placed. I didn't know you get placed in a gang, but all right. Okay. Sure. What else we got? You are a bad apple. Here's my comment. Go look up a Tupac interview where he talked about the government, how it treats its citizens, and come back. Really, he was a human being. And if we think that way, then someone shouldn't be punished because he was a bad influence. That's a slippery slope. Someone could murder you or a family member and say they were a bad person as their defense. And he goes on and on and on. He wrote a whole goddamn half a essay. And we ain't finna read all this. We're not gonna read all that. What else we got? Look who's talking. Your 20-something-year-old son is no upstanding citizen either. He's currently sitting in prison for drugging and raping an underage minor girl. I'm sure her family are all extremely happy that your son is being punished for his disgusting crime. There's a black guy saying this? All right. Do your thing. He said, that is absolutely hilarious. I have a newsflash. How are you? I don't even have a son. Laugh out loud. So before you start flapping your jaw, make sure you know what you were talking about instead of making ish up. The same could be said about you flapping your jaw when you don't know what you're talking about. That's from somebody named Black Man. You may want to stop while you're ahead. You're going to paint yourself out to be exactly what you're sounding like. So a black guy came back and said, this is what I foresee happening to your child when you have wished ill upon others. Keep this conversation memorialized so you can refer back to it many years from now when what I have stated presents itself. I have abilities to see into one's future. My child, I have not even charged you for this guided, intuitive information I have shared with you today. May sound peace be instilled within your angered heart. All right, you one of them. Okay. But this is what I mean, family. This is the white vote. This black woman said you was probably a lame back then. All right. So there's that. Right. You can get jumped up. They don't know this culture. Hey, Miguel, where are you? Fenaki, come here. You was talking. The link's right there. Did y'all send them to the gulag already? Let me know. I ain't checked. Did y'all send them to the gulag? Did y'all send them down to the pit 3? Oh, y'all sent them down to the pit 3. Okay. Damn, y'all didn't even tell me y'all sent them down to the pit 3. I kind of wanted to see if he was about that life. I guess he ain't about that life. All right. Miguel. Hey, show me the Carlos one. I know you got a Carlos one. So there was that. Then we have this, family. Tabernacle. So Jack Posobiec, I've talked about him on the channel before. He's another one of these white supremacists who puts up stories and puts out opinions and think there's something impressive. This is what I mean, family. So now let's ignore the person who killed him. Let's make speculations now. They says ploy by FBI to regain credibility in the black community, timed perfectly to distract from Biden's attack on America. So you're telling me that the federal government, and this was a state crime, even though he was a celebrity, they put out the killer now to get credibility back to the black community? Is that what y'all telling us? Okay. This is why the white vote will doom us all. This is why it will doom us all. Because y'all are dumb. Why y'all so dumb? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why y'all so dumb? Y'all can't be this dumb. Seriously, y'all can't be this dumb. All right. You say y'all didn't care about Tupac never in life. Now y'all want to care about him because the mainstream media told you to care. But okay. It's about that time. Anybody want to come up? You can come up. We're going to show, the white voting bloc how bad Tupac was for the black community. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to start here. Now, this is a legendary clip. This was when Tupac was on a TV show and people tried to get at him because of his music. Let's hear what they said. Fair use.
Write songs about cop killing.
But it did have the lyrics in
Six
there.
of the songs on your album mention cop killing?
No.
Oh, that's not true.
No. All
That
my
is
songs
not
talk about
true.
police brutality and self-defense. Now that's something different.
This man over here is in a really rough area, and he puts his life on the line every day.
I got so much respect for him for that, but look, we have to live in the same neighborhoods without bulletproof vests, without backup, without walkie-talkies, without guns, without tear gas, without pepper spray, without batons.
No, but what I would like to see is for children in our country to have a better future than what you guys have. And that's not going to happen when he's repressing his generation and his people by saying they have no hope.
What do you know about my people?
I know a lot about
What
your
do you
people.
know about my Just because you do charity, give money, wipe the guilt away, does not mean you know about the young black man in today's society.
Don't you love it when white folk come outside and say they know about the black community? You gotta love when they tell you, hey, we know everything about the community, about the black community. I give to Black Lives Matter. I give to black organizations. I gave to UNICEF. Okay, motherfucker, do you live there? Well, no, I live in Bed-Stuy. Oh, you live in Bed-Stuy now after it got gentrified. You weren't in Bed-Stuy in the 90s. When the boys in blue were doing jump outs. You weren't there. You weren't there when the mamas and the daddies had to keep the kids on the floor because the gunshots were ringing out every Saturday night. You wasn't there. You wasn't there with the turf wars, with the blacks and the Hispanics. You weren't there. You weren't there when you couldn't keep your car on the street. You couldn't have a fly car in the street because they would rip that shit off. Take your radio. See, it's easy to talk when you live in the suburbs. It's easy. You know what it is, family? A lot of these white folk now, because now they're living in the quote unquote hood neighborhoods now, because they're gentrified, they think they into something. They think they know what's going on. Y'all ain't got a clue. Y'all the same scary asses who heard about them towns and did not want to go there. Now all of a sudden you want to brag how you live in Crown Heights. What? Were you there in Crown Heights in the 90s? No, you were not. You weren't even there in the early 2000s before they gentrified it. You didn't want no parts. Now you want parts. Now you think you into something. Man, if you don't go sit down somewhere. Then there was this Tupac on race and equality. He's so bad, right, family? Fair use.
You know, if I know that in this hotel room they have food every day, and I'm knocking on the door every day to eat, and they open the door, let me see the party, let me see like them throwing salami all over I mean, just like throwing food around. Or they're telling me there's no food in here. You know what I'm saying? Every day. I'm standing outside trying to sing my way in. You know what I'm saying? We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. After about a week, that song is gonna change to we hungry, we need some food. After 2-3 weeks, it's like, you know, give me all the food, breaking out the door. And after a year, and you just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting, you know what I'm saying? It's like you hungry, you reached your level, you don't want any more. We asked 10 years ago. We was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with them, you know, the civil rights movement. We was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? And we shouldn't be angry. And my raps that I'm rapping to my community shouldn't be.
Tell me, oh, he's so bad because he said that, right? He's so bad. You mess with the people long enough, they're going to rebel. Hey, white people, since y'all say Tupac is so bad, he said this in the 90s. What the fuck are y'all doing now? Y'all about tired, right? Now y'all want to go rise up on Biden and them, right? Motherfucker, I said his name. Damn it.
Insult to my existence.
Y'all don't like the president. Y'all don't like who's sitting there. We'll even add Trump into it. Y'all didn't like who was sitting there. Y'all was ready to rise up because y'all were getting y'all love being online, talk about the government screwing with us every day. And you're somehow a bastion of truth, but this man was saying this thing 30, 35 years ago, and now y'all don't want to acknowledge it. Oh, it's divisive because it came from a black man, and we know people gonna move when a black man talks. We move when a black female talks. She talking that good shit. Black man talking that good shit. They people move. Oh, but this is divisive, right?
Be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be filled with the same atrocities that they gave to me. In the media, they don't talk about it. So in my raps, I have to talk about it. It just seems foreign because, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all the society is doing is leeching off the ghetto. They use the ghetto for their pain, for their sorrow, for their culture, for their music, for their happiness, for their movies, to talk about boys in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
There you go. In the 90s, he said this. Y'all use the ghetto to enrich yourself. The black dumb servitude loves talking about the hoods. They love talking about the hoods because it gets them on TV. The stream I did earlier when I talked about Delano Squires. He sat up there and kept bringing up Baltimore, DC, New York, Chicago, Philly, all the hoods. But like Rob says, they forget about the familicide going on in the suburbs. They don't talk about that. Oh, I don't deal with these agendas because I homeschool my kids. That's great. Your kids still got to go outside and touch grass. That's how we're going to know if you really teach them about something. They got to use your examples you set for them to go outside. Let's see how they perform at that point. It's funny, they always want to wag their finger at everybody else and they don't want to wag it at themselves. But if I put this up, white people tell me I'm being divisive by putting this up. But Jordan Peterson could say the same thing and y'all be sitting there jerking off and sending him money. Pause. It's funny. No, you know what? I wouldn't even use Jordan Peterson. We'll use Thomas Sowell. If Thomas Sowell said all this, y'all would be throwing money at him. And Larry Elder would be dirty whining.
be another young. I don't want to be 50 years old at a BET. We should overcome achievement awards. You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know, I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? That ain't that what we're supposed to do. I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish. And because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Because this world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. And you need to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it need to be real. And it need to be before we all die. And then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money. We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. There's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That's just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1 million, $1 billion, and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way. These people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants. I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion, but can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms and you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. It don't. We got to survive here. For us to survive here, white folks, black folks, Korean folks, Mexican folks, Puerto Ricans, we got to understand each other. We got to you, bigger chance. You, the guy, you know, you, the mechanic, wherever, you. I mean, you need to do something. You need to check yourself and see how racist you are. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
That's divisive, right? That's divisive. See, they loved it when he said, you know, we all got to check each other, right? Yeah, everybody loved that. But when he said check, they didn't like that. That's what I should say. They didn't like that. You check how racist you are. They quick to tell you they're not a racist. All right. Then we read your tweets and then we read your social media profile and then it says otherwise. I'd rather you be a racist. So I know how to deal with you. But then we get to this. Interesting interview this was. This was Jenny Jones back in the day. Fair use. Let me make sure it's proofed. It's not proofed. Okay, here we go. Now it's proofed. Here we go.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to depend on someone else to do for you when you can do for yourself. As an artist, that's a good point. Good point. As an artist yourself, how do you feel about some of the lyrics in rap music? Because I read some of them and I was, as a woman, offended because some of them are offensive to women. How do you feel about those lyrics? I don't think that those lyrics apply to me. Or you wonder why they call you bitch. I don't think that applies to me. I am a woman who works on my own and I get out and I do the things that I have to do for me. So that does apply to me. But he's letting you know. He was just letting some of the women know. You wonder why this brother right here call you a bitch. Well, you lay around these superstars and you ask them for money, you ask them to do things for you. Get out and try to do it yourself. And it's brothers that get out and give you that helping hand and they see that you want it and you're trying. That's anybody.
Let me introduce our next guest. He said he's a gangster rapper and proud of it. He says hardcore rap is the truth that America does not want to hear. Please welcome Bookaphone.
Hey, man.
Did I say your name wrong? Is it Bookaphone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Bookaphone is here.
This is a beautiful young lady right here.
You know each other? Do you know the references?
She's a strong black woman.
Yeah.
I met him through McKinney.
Did you also...
Jenny, before I start talking, I want everybody to give a moment of silence for Tupac and let's concentrate on the positive. Can we do that for a moment?
We sure can. Why don't you tell us about the positive? Tell us some good things about Tupac.
Some good things about Tupac. Basically, he told young black males to, when you talk to white society, look them in their eyes. Stand up, look them in their eyes and tell them how you feel. Tell them how you think. That's what I got from Tupac. I got the positive. He said, hey, man, I'm doing what I do, but you ain't got to be a rapper. You don't have to be a basketball player. You don't have to be in the entertainment business. You can be like Johnny Cochran. You can be like, you can be a doctor. You can be, you know what I'm saying? You use your mind. That's what I got from Tupac. I got a young black male that they say our age group from 18 to 25, we Generation X, we don't know what we're doing, we don't know where we're going, and that's ludicrous. Tupac taught me to basically stand up for what I believe in. I got an opinion like everybody else got an opinion.
Your life was like his life.
My life was like Tupac. I lost my mother when I was 10 years old. She was gunned down. She was shot in the back of the head at 10 years old. My father came to my mother's funeral in handcuffs. My father's incarcerated to this day. So, you know, I live in South Central Los Angeles. I see the gang violence. I see the poverty.
Were you a gangbanger?
I see all that. I gangbang. I don't gangbang now. Rap is the cause of that. You know what I'm saying? Rap is the cause of that. I'm out there, you selling drugs on the street, you addicted just like the crack scene is addicted. You get quick money.
You're saying that rap music encourages that. You said you don't apologize for gangster rap.
I mean, you label it gangster rap. I label it reality rap. Brothers, when you listen to Jimmy. Let me tell you this. That's why I can respect an artist like Domino, because Domino do his thing.
Domino's gonna be out here, but
let me tell you, Domino do his thing. Domino tell you, hey man, I wasn't a part of that. I live my life a certain way. I'm a rapper.
Well, let him talk for himself. I'm just a man who may not agree with some of the things you're saying. This is Dr. Paul King. He's a psychiatrist who says hardcore rap music promotes violence and the lyrics should be banned. Now,
I've been treating kids for 20 years. I treat kids who have been in violent crimes, who have been in sex offenses, both victims and as perpetrators. Kids were involved in drugs. And I have had an example. Kid comes up to me and says to me, he says, Doc, with a 9mm semi-automatic weapon, I can blow your blank head off. All right? Because that makes me God. Where is this child getting this? And where is he saying? It's not for rap music.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to know. How can you figure that this child is getting from rap music? What song was this 12-year-old boy listening to? Or whatever? What gives you the impression that it was just a song that told him that he was going to come to you and blow your brains out?
He's getting it both from what he's hearing on the streets. He's getting it from rap music.
Okay, well, don't put that together. Don't put that together. That's the problem right now. The media is taking Tupac's death and running away with it. Okay? No.
It's funny, family. Most of these people. I was going to say this respectfully, but I'm not. Most of these people that listen to Tupac only heard what the radio station wanted them to hear. They ain't really sit down and listen to a Tupac album like that. You hear the commercialized songs and think that's that person. Listen to the actual CD. You really think the radio station was going to play the positive songs he was talking about? When he's talking about government corruption and all that, you really think they was going to play that? Or how to uplift the black community, the hidden messages? But all right. I miss the 90s too.
I have had kids that have committed violent crimes say to me that they are inspired by the lyrics of their favorite artist.
I had a chance to talk to Mr. Hawkins in the green room. Mr. Hawkins, his son was brutally murdered. You know what I'm saying? Brutally murdered in Bensonhurst, New York. Man, violence was here from day one. That didn't start no violence.
Bensonhurst. There ain't no black people that live in Bensonhurst.
People die every day, man. Okay, look, we got to take a break. There are two sides to this issue, very much so. In fact, when we come back, we'll talk to a mother who says if it weren't for gangster rap, her son might be alive today. But first, taking us to a commercial break, please welcome Ryan, everyone.
Yo. It's like this, y'all. What's up? Yeah,
Whoa. I know they probably try to get me on copyright on that one. No, sir.
We're continuing with our next guest. David Diaz is the editor of Entertainment Monitor magazine and helped to launch Death Row Records, the label that handles some of rap music's most controversial artists, including Tupac Shakur. And I want to talk about some of his Tupac's history, what happened the night he was killed. Before we do, we have someone on the phone. His name is Scott Whitwell. Now, this is a man who was shot by Tupac Shakur. We actually sent a camera to Atlanta so he could tell us where and what happened, and take a look at this.
Basically, what happened the night of the shooting, we had crossed the street and just about made a cross when a blue car tried to make a right turn. The car almost struck us through while we were walking. There was a little verbal confrontation between ourselves and the driver. But 2 carloads of people pulled up, and the first person that stepped towards me had a pistol sticking out of his belt. I made it across this street here, and it was about that point I heard gunshots ringing out. And I felt one of them strike me in the back, in my waist area. I mean, obviously, I was devastated at the time of the shooting. I thought it was crazy that a famous singer will be out shooting someone in the back.
Scott is joining us by phone. Well, let him.
Lord. And then we found out what really happened. Now, didn't we, family? We found out what really happened, and Pa got off. And they still pissed off about that today.
Scott, are you with us on the phone?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, he's on the phone from Atlanta. And I just want to be, you were off duty the night that this happened.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And these cars just pulled up, and one of the people in the car was Tupac Shakur?
Well, I learned later that the person shot me was Tupac.
You didn't know at the time?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Tell us, just walk us through that night again. Tell us what happened.
It was a verbal confrontation with a motorist that I don't think was associated with Tupac Shakur. After leaving away from that scene, Mr. Shakur and his entourage, I found out later, pulled up and surrounded myself, my brother, and my sister-in-law, and made threats, and they were armed in an attempt to get my sister-in-law from the scene. While I ran away from the scene, Mr. Shakur shot me in the back.
Now, hang on 1 second. I know that you are not here to, the man has been killed. You're not here to judge him, but he also was not convicted or charged.
No, ma'am.
And they don't like that.
Why, Scott, do you think he was never charged?
Ma'am, I had nothing to do with that. That was out of my control. I'm not here to judge Mr. Shakur. I think it's tragic the way he was killed, but it's ironic he was killed the same way that he tried to kill me.
How do you respond, Scott, to the fact that when we said he wasn't charged, the audience actually applauded in this room?
Well,
how do you feel about that?
I don't, everyone's got their own opinion. I can't judge their opinion.
Were you surprised when he was killed?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I was. I was.
Yeah. Do you ever listen to rap music?
No, ma'am, I don't. The first rap lyrics I ever saw was I read some of Tupac Shakur's lyrics after the shooting occurred. That was the first experience I had with rap lyrics.
Oh, no kidding. So your first interaction with rap music was Tupac lyrics. Let's forget about the other. Let's say at that point, 20 years before. Rapper's Delight. You didn't hear none of this. I Ain't No Joke. You didn't hear no Will Smith. None of these other artists. You didn't hear none of this. Your first foray into rap was Tupac. Got it. In Atlanta. Mind you, Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta in the 90s. There was no rap music in Atlanta in the 90s. Okay.
Are you okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Things get better every day.
All right. Scott, you can hang on the phone for a second. Go ahead, sir.
I have a comment. Isn't it true, Scott, that you're a police officer, and throughout time, the police officers of America have labeled the young black males as endangered species?
Now watch. You know he's about to go left. Here you go.
Another thing that I like to say, Johnny Cochran said the best: if it don't fit, you must have quit. Tupac will always live on. Represent.
Scott, I mean, there's no question he was shot in the back. Are you saying that it was deserved?
No, I'm not saying any man has a right to get deserved to be shot in the back. But throughout time, it has been precedent cases shown that police officers have shot young black men in the back many times. Sometimes they have been shot under the armpits. If they're shot under the armpits, that means they're but not shot. Hey, no, I'm just saying. This is a collective thing. This is not a one incident thing. The Tupac thing. This is not the first time it happened.
What? Scott, go ahead.
Was he armed? Did Scott have a pistol?
Scott, were you armed?
No, ma'am, I wasn't armed as far as his.
How can he not armed? Go ahead.
Carry pistol.
I don't. It's not about this. It's not about rap. It's about the lyrics and how the children perceive the lyrics. If you preach violence, the children are going to perceive it that way. And you've got young minds here. You've got young children.
From your body, kill yourself. That's the most violent crime to do is to kill yourself. When you kill yourself, you don't go to heaven.
Everybody, when a child here go get a 9mm.
Wow. So we got the sassy white woman. Let's go. Somebody tell Topanga to calm down. It's not that serious.
And it might stop. You control your own destiny. Nobody can control that.
Hang on 1 second. We're going to put the lyrics up on the screen because I heard what you're saying, but are you saying that if a 9, 10, 11-year-old hears lyrics like this, they're not going to be influenced? Here it is. I'm going to read the part. This is Tupac Shakur's lyrics. A coward dies not on the yes, a soldier dies at once. They say some of these words I can't say. It's on the screen. And poetry and power and pistol dropping and murdering those mother blanks before they get you. Picturing pitiful plump, the N-word, copying please, puffing the weed as I position myself to clock G's, which is other gangsters. Now, who's going to tell me that is not going to have any impact on a young, impressionable mind? Yeah.
We can't just put it on the media rapping. What about the cartoons that they have out? That's not so real. And our kids looking at it like Beavis and Butthead. What about
that?
A lot of people sit around and they keep saying rap music or this music or Tupac. To move off of that, anything negative, you can't control your child. If they see that, you got to stop your children from watching that. But in every video that you have, everybody see all the money, they see all the gold, and they think that's something good. I don't believe anything should be banned, Dr. King. Nothing should ever be banned when you start there to keep going. But for gangster rap, hard rock, cartoons, whatever, start telling your kids to stop watching that crap. Give them something positive to look at.
Scott's not here. He wants to say something. Scott, you're still on the line. What do you want to say? Scott?
We lost him.
Now we got to check and see why are we acting like this? We need to check the government. Say we need money to set up programs for therapy. It is for therapy.
Dr. King, yes. Let Dr. King say, hold on, hang on. Dr. King.
We have children that grow up at an early age to get those pro-social values. Those values come from home, school, and church. When a child has those values, they have some protection. But what happens is that the commercial packaging of evil power and selling it to kids in the form of violent lyrics, whether that be rock or rap, in the videos,
let me tell you something. This conversation. We have three mothers in the audience here. Let me introduce Tanya. She says rap music, glamorization of gang life is partly responsible for her son's desire to be in a gang. Your son is 16 years old, yes, right? Has he ever been in trouble?
Well, he done been jumped on a couple of times from other gang members. He is in the gang.
Was he shot?
No, he was not shot. No, he'd been hospitalized with broken parts of his body. You know, but I would like to say, I don't think, not saying rap music itself, gangster rap. I mean, the kids listen to that. I mean, forget the fact, that just on the parents and all that. I understand that and I agree to that to a certain point. But the bottom line is they listen to that music. Y'all glorified, and going on in your neighborhood.
All right. Yeah, it's about to go. Yes, Tori, Topanga was acting up. Facts. Oh, they was loving that shit. From Beastie Boys down to Tupac. They was loving that shit. Nigel, hello. Yes, I'm feeling better. Yes. The damn stomach virus is a bitch. But perfect cure is dandelion tea with some honey. You sip a cup of that and you will be fine the next day. Ain't gonna get no motherfucking medicines. But here we go.
Okay. People are going up around this situation. Exactly. Okay. You don't have to listen to rap music so you can walk outside your door.
Exactly. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, family. These are the conversations I like. Them older folk versus the new generation. When he tries to say that what we are doing is wrong. Again, people, this is music. You don't have to listen to it. And it's your house. You got to regulate that. At a certain point, we got to be parents. At a certain point, I'm just saying, we gotta be parents.
Bro, what you on?
I don't know what I'm on. Leave me alone. Good afternoon.
What's going on?
The same old is.
Yeah, I was debating on whether or not I was coming up or not, but this is interesting. I've never seen this before. But then again, this is Jenny Jones back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So I was probably watching a cartoon or something.
Well, this was what? She said 96. So she came on about 4:00 on Channel 9 up in New York. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch TV during the week. So yeah, I wouldn't have seen this. And plus, this was Oprah's time anyway. So you already know what that was about. Oprah was on 4:00 in New York, so black people were watching.
She was on 4:00 here too. On what channel was that? NBC? Was it NBC? ABC.
Yeah, Channel 7. I don't know what y'all's channel was in DC.
It was 7 too.
There you go. Hold
up. Wait a minute. What channel did Jenny Jones come on?
Ours was WWOR 9. So
was that a CBS?
That was UPN. No, that was like UPN. That was the channel that became UPN.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, our UPN was 20.
Yeah, so yeah, she was down there. She was like, she came on after Ricky Lake.
Damn.
Yeah, because remember when Oprah got hot, everybody said we got to ride this.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to create an urban show, but we're gonna be different. We're gonna have a white woman do it.
Right.
And then everybody gave Jenny Jones her flowers when she retired. They gave her flowers. But I'm trying to find this Jane Pratt interview where Tupac was on. They don't have it, which sucks. But
I see them going crazy in this audience.
Oh yeah.
And you say, yep, this was Ratchet TV before Ratchet was Ratchet.
Mm-hmm. This was the breeding ground for coons too. A little bit. But let's see what the mama had to say.
going on? Okay, they go outside, they go in, they hit, they hit with rap music. We're not just putting on rap music, we put air rap music. Take 1 second, Tanya.
Air rap music? She said air rap music. Rap music.
So you even talking about the rap music from back in the 70s too? Like
yeah,
back then before it became gangster rap.
Yeah. So Will Smith was bad back then? I did not know this.
Somebody
Special Ed was bad? Special Ed was bad? I don't know. Hey, you got EPMD was bad? Public Enemy was bad? I did not know this. Maybe it's because they couldn't dance to the music. Maybe that's what it is. You know, it's not the type of music you clean up on a Saturday morning with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Thank you. I just want to say music does not mold the person because the person is already molded. Jesse Dahmer didn't kill people because he heard that in Tupac. He killed them because he was hungry. He was crazy.
Look at that audience though. Like that. I said the kids nowadays do not have any idea what it was like to watch something like this in real time.
Do you understand every one of these shows, every episode would go viral today?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. They lucky social media wasn't around back then.
Oh my God. These TV show hosts would be billionaires right now. Not just Oprah. Oh my God. They upset. What did you think about the cop? That's what I wanted to ask.
What cop?
The cop who said that Tupac shot him and he didn't get charged.
I must have missed that part. Was I in the chat?
You were in. You might not have been. Well, basically, remember when Tupac got arrested in Atlanta for shooting that cop?
Mm-hmm.
Because the cop was accosting some black man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she brought him on to talk about what happened, and of course, you know, he had to be a white supremacist and say that, oh, you know, well, I don't listen to rap music. My first time listening to rap music was Tupac lyrics. I'm like, you live in Atlanta, you're gonna tell me you didn't hear rap music in Atlanta in the 90s? You really about to tell me that?
They line their ass off even back then.
But they said there ain't no white supremacy. This is what the Dub Servitude tells us. There ain't no white supremacy.
Right, let them tell it.
But also, family, do you see the style of these people back in the 90s?
I was getting ready to point that out.
Go ahead, talk on it.
That's how we dressed back then. Like that was the typical style back then. You know, you had the big shirts. What the women, they used to have the slick, as you can see one right there. They always had that ponytail slick down. I'm talking about it wasn't a strand out of place. They had that thing greased, gelled all the way down. You know, the baggy pants, the big belts, for the women, they had the big hoop earrings, some with a bamboo earrings. And this was 96, mind you. So we're like getting into the second half of the 90s. Like this, the early 90s is done. So we're at we're 1 year beyond the halfway point, which of course is 95. And it's like when you look at this, it's so dated, but what's so crazy is some of this stuff is coming back. Like the fashion is coming back. Mm-hmm. Like when I look at some people wear certain like clothes, I'm like, we wore that back in the 90s when it was fresh and new.
Mm-hmm. We was wearing,
like I saw that mother on the stage with the side slick with the gold tooth. I said, that was your typical auntie or mother or sometimes grandmother in the hood back in the day.
Right.
You knew at least one black woman of a certain age, probably in your family, that had one gold tooth.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Hey, and never mind. I was gonna say, hey, kids.
And that was back before. And that was also back before. That was also back then. When black men started to get shape ups. Mm-hmm. Like if all you really did, if you was having a low cut, you just had a low cut. You didn't line it up. That was it. Right. Like I saw some in the audience. Yes, that was a thing back then. Back then, it wasn't popular to get a lineup unless you had a fade.
Right. But again, you know, they don't want to do that. They think they something. We was wearing New Balance at Fila where we was getting clowned for it. Now they think it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, because they see their favorite celebrity wearing it.
Man, if they only knew. Well, let's keep going. That's a pretty sister right there too. The one standing.
Yeah,
up.
she is.
She pretty.
Thank you. I just want to say music does not mold the person because the person
pause it right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, I don't know, like who's watching this or not, but if you notice, all the black women in that audience are all wearing their natural hair.
Facts.
Like I don't see, like they either have the low, what I call like the Toni Braxton cut, or they have their hair in a ponytail, but it's slicked down. But I always thought it was weird though. Like I used to ask, like when my mother used to go get it like hair done. If I happened to go into the shop with her, I'll be looking around like, why all their hair looks so stiff? I like why their hair looks so stiff. But it was that spray. That's what it was. That spray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, people, because you heard that Tupac killed because he was hungry.
No. Look at her. Like
that smile. They are having a time of their life.
Yes, sir. This is like when I was showing the family back in the day the clips of Shahrazad doing the circuit. And oh my God.
Yeah, they used to get riled up at her like when she would come on. I forgot who it was. Didn't she go on Geraldo?
She went on Geraldo, Sally, Jesse, Donahue. She did all of them.
But
they all followed her.
But it was one of them that she went on. It was her and a couple of other people up there. That one was a classic one.
I think that was Sal. Was that Sal? I think that was Sally. That was Sally. Yeah. That's when she had Jesse Lee Peterson before he really went into food mode.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Or whenever they had Khalid Muhammad on there, like on.
God.
Now that was must see. That was must see TV back in the day.
Oh yeah, Vanessa Bell Armstrong shut the whole thing. I'm sorry, Vanessa Bell Calloway shut the whole thing down with that statement where he got the meme from, the fist bump meme.
Yeah,
and he was standing up, bruh. You know how many? He even say 2 sentences and he pissed white people off the first question.
Because they knew he was uncheckable. Like he knew all of their moves and all of their
rolling.
Right. I'm talking about he checked back in the day. Yeah, but you couldn't even check Richard Sherman on your show. You're now deceased show.
Spencer. Richard Spencer. You said Richard Sherman.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Richard Spencer.
I'm a man.
Even Richard Spencer had to look at him and just kind of chuckle a little bit, like, you know what I mean, but okay, if you want to play semantics, we'll play.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
No. People under 19 are buying all the music. Under 19. Hang on. No, 1 second. I'm looking for moms. How many women in the audience have teenage children? Because you have to respect this woman's position with her child. And another woman here, this is Joyanne Gilmore. You lost his son to a gang. He was
okay, she lost her son to the gang. How y'all blaming Tupac for that?
Right.
He had nothing to do with that.
Like Tupac didn't say or go up to your son and tell him to get in the gang. He chose to get in the gang. Right. It had nothing to do with the music. But then again, like I said, they have to find a scapegoat, and Pac was that scapegoat.
Right.
So it was no influence from the neighborhood that he was growing up. It was nothing from that environment that made him want to go and do it. It had to be the rapper on the radio.
Right. All right.
Not killed. My son never belonged to a gang anyway. Like you say, it does start at home. You upbring your child.
Y'all kind of look related.
What's that you said?
Y'all kind of. I said you and this lady look kind of related.
Oh, you funny as fuck. No, you're not about to compare me to Stacey Abrams' mama.
She do kind of look like her though. She do kind of look like her, especially right now.
Don't do that to me now. I know some Caribbean people. We got features, but you're not gonna do that to me. That's mean. I take it though. I don't know. Maybe it's the nose. I don't know. That is Stacey Abrams. I don't care what nobody say. All right, go ahead, Joanne. Go ahead.
I'm not saying that just gangster music or rap music is the cause and about.
Lord have mercy. Wait a minute.
You upbring your child. Okay. I'm not saying that just gangster music or.
Lord have mercy.
And that was them Coke bottle glasses.
Oh God, Jesus.
And that jury curl.
Oh man, this
yeah, people.
My mama's pictures back in the day. Jesus.
Yeah, it was still people rocking the jury curl. Unfortunately,
I got to see her with the shoulder pad suit. I got to see that. And look at all these white people. Hey, white people, why are you here? Look at all white people.
Like you said, I'm mad you call that girl Topanga though.
She was Topanga.
Rap music is the cause and about it, but think about it. You see all the gold, you see the money flashing, you see the glamorous life that they're living. And to the young lady on the panel that said, not only Tupac, because I think Tupac was a very nice looking, intelligent man, but I feel like if he's telling you bitch this and be that and all this, and you got your mama, you got yourself, number one, regardless of whether any man ever call you the B word.
Then I have to get this question in. Hang on.
This is a man that promoted a culture. The culture he promoted killed him. Now, why are we supposed to be here and give homage to it?
That's not true.
What?
Okay, Archie Bunker.
Is he serious?
I could tell by his whole demeanor he was getting ready to say some bullshit.
Is he serious?
Could barely cross his damn arms because he's so. You know what?
Say it. We embrace the villainy today. He a fat ass. This is Loving right here. This is Mr. Loving right here. Once he divorced his wife.
To a few picnics in his day.
I'm sure.
And I'm not talking about the ones where you eat food.
Well, she did film in New York, right? I'm trying to remember. She did film in New York.
Yeah, I think
he's probably from Long Island. He don't know nothing. Look at the hairstyle. Why is it dark hair but light hair? That's probably a white supremacist thing right there. And why would he get tickets for this? That's what I want to ask.
That was. I think that was just their way of going there so they could try to talk shit. They had to have known what the topic was going to be before they bought them tickets.
Well, remember these were when you had to mail in. You had to mail and ask for the tickets.
Oh,
yeah. So Jenny Jones, this is your demographic. This was your demographic.
That was not her demographic.
I think he applied now. I don't know. This is just a weird look right here. This is a young people discussion, and you got never mind. You got the motherfucker from Deliverance in here. All right, let me hear what he's talking about.
Culture he promoted killed him. Now, why are we supposed to be here and give homage to it?
That's not true.
And why is he talking like that?
He helped the creators of the culture that killed him.
Yeah.
He sounds like he should out of Jim Crow. You hear everyone else is talking, it sounds more like the 90s, but he sounds like he's stuck in the 50s.
Yeah, he's one of them old school New Yorkers. He be working in the plant 25, 30 years, put his kids through school, and then bitches at everybody else because they be getting it. And probably hates the young buck in there getting all the money and all the girls. It's a bad influence. But they never talk about them. It's only the black guy.
Yeah, it was on here to affect why you think all young black males think they got to be strapped, think they got to be that. It's the society, it's the politicians, it's the poverty, it's the economics, it's all.
I want to know why is that media always make it seem like gangster rap is so bad, but what about the hardcore music? All these black people listen
In 1985, I testified at the U.S. Senate subcommittee hearing on rock music about the evil in heavy metal music. So it is not just gangster rap. All right, it is in heavy metal.
Okay, let's then tell the truth then, Mr. White Man. The only reason why y'all railed against gangster rap like that is because it made money.
Yeah, they didn't expect it to take off. Weren't they the ones back then that said it was just a fad? It was just a fad. And look at where we are now, 50 years later. If you want to talk about hip hop as a whole, it's the number one genre of music. Because, you know, for the longest, I think, wasn't it country music or rock music that was like the number one genre for years? And then, like I would say not even maybe 10 years ago, rap as a genre, hip hop and rap as a genre became number one and stayed number one. It's still number one globally. And that shit infuriates them. Even back then, when rap was still in its, I would say, its infancy stages. It wasn't even it didn't
even get mainstream yet.
Yeah, it was still still considered underground.
Right.
Very much so.
So when the radio station started playing rap songs, that's when it really blew up.
No, what happened was when Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff were the first ones to win a Grammy.
Yeah, that too. But
Then that's when it started to take notice. But that was still considered safe rap. It wasn't considered gangster rap. But then when the 90s came in, then that's when you had different like creativity in that genre. Like everyone wasn't sounding the same. And people were starting to branch out with their own sound. And now, and you know, it's like snowballed to where it is now. And like I said, like think about it, like when you look at all these like commercials and even movie trailers, they love to use rap songs in the trailers or in the commercials.
But now they make it sound white now.
Right. Like for instance, when they did the first trailer for the latest Transformers movie, I don't know if you saw the trailer or not, but they used a Biggie song.
Yeah.
In both of the trailers, as a matter of fact. Juicy.
Yeah. But they had to put the EDM portion on it. They had to put that EDM flavor on it.
Or just like when Jordan Peele did I Got 5 on it for the Us trailer, which was dope. I like how he remixed that. They remixed that.
But, you know, again, if it didn't make money, they wouldn't have talked about it. But it became I don't care what they say, it's $1 trillion industry, because when you look at the influence of hip hop on the world, it's not even close.
I would say we are the trendsetters of the world, and I'm gonna stand firmly on that.
I mean, you got people over in fucking Asia with no rhythm dressing up like FBA. It's hilarious. I've never seen nothing like that before. And trying to juke down the street. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but you know, they don't like that. I guess they want everybody to dress up in leather jackets again, like it was the 80s. But even in the 80s, when we wore leather jackets, people took notice.
Right. And then what really got them was not only because hip hop was not only dominating on its own, but what it really took shape is when other artists, especially a lot of other non-black artists, will reach out to hip hop artists to do collabs. Like for instance, when Aerosmith did Walk This Way and they collabed with Run DMC, who saw that collab coming? Nobody. And it became a hit song. Or when Mariah Carey collabed with ODB for that Fantasy remix. Now that's when it really was like, okay, now we can combine multiple genres with this, and then that's, I think, what helped propel it to make it more mainstream.
All right, go ahead. Why does he look like? Never mind.
That's another cut I hate.
What?
It's like, if you're going to just do that, just cut it all off. That flower pot, just cut it all off.
He said flower pot.
Everybody means bad people, bad black people, bad. There are those positive qualities that Tupac had that need to be lifted up. This was a man who came from devastating poverty, rejection, to achieve stardom. One of the things that he told me, by the way, while we were conversing, which I would hold up for everybody here and for all of the youth across the country, he said to me, you know, Rev, whenever I wanted something, I'd draw a picture and find a picture and put it over my bed. And I'd sit long and often and stare at it. And I would not get in the bed until I achieved what I had above the bed. This kind of determination, all you need to hear, and all of us need to hear, that still in this country,
no matter who you are, where you are, if you apply yourself, you can achieve your objective. Tupac delivered that message, and I think that message you can get.
He did achieve. But also, aren't those people who do achieve and become, especially those who become famous, don't they have a responsibility to turn back around and do some good? We got to come back. We'll be back with rap superstar Domino. But first, another message from Rhyme. Stay with us.
You want to know what's so interesting? You know what's so interesting is that they always have these very high expectations of Black celebrities to quote unquote reach back to the community to do something.
Mm-hmm.
They never put that kind of pressure on any other artists from any other community. And if they do something, and about say they, I'm talking about other celebrities who are not Black, they're able to do it quietly with no pomp and circumstance. But with us, it's like, what are they doing? Like the most common one now. Well, LeBron, what is he going to do? What is LeBron going to do? Like, why?
Well, he made a school. Shut up. He has a school.
And if he does do something or say something, you got people like Lauren Ingram saying, "Shut up and dribble."
Yeah. How's that working out now? By the way,
he actually capitalized off of it. So, Laura, you actually contributed to his billionaire status because he turned it into a brand.
Exactly.
And look at Laura. Laura will probably never touch $1 billion in her life.
Shh. I mean, she dated Dinesh D'Souza, so we already know.
Oh, the bar is low.
You forgot about that. Yeah, she likes felons, so it's all good. It's just funny. They always project. But okay. All right.
Hoping it's contagious by interstate old fake roads like Winnebago. You know the time like Seiko. Cause gaining ground on me, cause I
that told me that I listened to
that OEPN logo.
Hold up. Is that Tachina Arnold? Am I bugging?
I don't think so.
Situation because it really didn't have to come to that.
I believe that rap music starts people into violence. I've talked to friends that have told me that I listened to.
I'm about to say that'd be a hell of a get.
Said it just gave me the feeling that I should go out and do something violent.
That's what I'm saying. You go listen to music, it don't mean you're supposed to go out and do something.
Right.
My next guest personally took up the fight for Tupac Shakur when Tupac was jailed on rape charges. He's a committed and sometimes controversial speaker. Please welcome Reverend Al Sharpton.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. What you standing for?
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
Do you know each other?
That's when everyone thought Al Sharpton was down. Now the veil.
But this was after he got pushed over the chair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, look upon, let me welcome to the show, by the way. Thank you very much for being here. I understand that your feeling is that this shooting of Tupac was a wake-up call to the industry.
I think it's a wake-up call in the sense that we need to deal with violence and not keep stereotyping it that it's young Black men that are doing it. One of the things that disturbed me, even as we hear this discussion,
you want to know what's so crazy? Like wasn't a lot of those metalheads back then, weren't they dabbling in drugs a lot? Now, why didn't they do a special like this? They wanted to talk about drugs, but they wanted to say, "Oh, the crack epidemic." Let's just talk about Black people on drugs
because it didn't touch them until it touched them.
And now
they didn't say it was the music.
And now they going crazy with the opioids.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't nobody giving a damn and talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, you know what's so crazy is that this was going on during the Trump administration. And when they had begged Trump to turn it into a national emergency, he said, "Nope, we got better things to deal with, or bigger things to deal with."
Yes, sir.
But they out there still saying "Make America Great Again." I'm like, did y'all not see that slap in the face that he gave y'all?
He said it's not a problem because it didn't touch me. It's Barron and my kids, they're not drug addicts, so there's no problem. But we're gonna stop those cartels. All right. They don't even know when they're getting gamed, but you know what? They'll find out November 5th. They'll find out.
It's not coming fast enough.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, you can wait another year. There's so much content out there that hasn't been made yet. Oh, by the way, your boy ain't in the news anymore. You noticed that?
Who's that?
Ramen noodles.
I got something. I have a video coming up about him, but it's not something that's in the news, but it's something that I found.
Don't I want to be surprised. I probably know, but I want to be surprised.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I think I just recorded the video. Sometime last week. I forgot what day though.
Yeah, I guess Teslin and me and you and everybody else was right. As soon as that interview was over, he was going to get exposed, but they said we was wrong. All right, where you trolls at now? It's been 2 months, 3 months. Where y'all at now? Defend your man.
Oh, what killed Tupac? You know, there's already the conclusion that this has something to do with gangster rap. Suppose we find out this had nothing to do with gangster rap. We've already labeled all of the rap artists as guilty. The thing that strange to me is, where are the big record company executives that make the money off of these rappers? That tell them if you don't curse, if you don't call women out their name, if you don't have violence, you can't have a video. We don't have them on television explaining anything. But you've got mothers, you got children explaining things. They don't make the millions off of rap. It's the big guys out in Malibu who are not going to come forward and say anything. We need to deal with the standards of violence in this country and not blame it on young black men.
It doesn't make any difference if the artist is white or black. I think Mr. Booktone is trying to make it a black and white issue. It has nothing to do with that. If the artist is white and his words are hatred and violence, he's out of here.
Okay, Bethany.
It doesn't matter if the artist is white or black. Oh my God.
Oh, shut up.
And who showed up 3 years later after she said that?
Eminem.
And what did he rap about?
Killing his baby mama, killing his mother, talking shit about black people as a collective, mainly the women though. I know he probably talked about the men, but mainly the women. What else?
Who remembers the skit that he had on his album?
The one about Michael Jackson?
No, the one where he was talking to the guy who was going to release his album. He's like, Dr. Dre raps about blunts, 40s, and bitches. You rap about homosexuals and Vicodin. I can't.
Isn't that the one where he had to do the collab with Elton John?
No, this was on the first one on Slim Shady.
And I remember,
and then the next song was "The Way I Am."
Yeah, and and it's crazy because speaking of Michael Jackson, when he talked that shit about Michael Jackson, said Michael Jackson, okay, I have something for you. I don't have a diss track for you, but I do have something that will kind of line my pockets with whatever you're saying. He said, so continue to talk about me. I'm going to profit off of it. He got that Sony publishing, and he said, you forget we on the same label.
Yes, sir.
So, run me those numbers.
Run me my ducats. How they say out in LA, run me my ducats, bastard. And he you know what Eminem should have said? Michael Jackson's biggest gangster I ever see. Hey, Eminem, what happened to Will Smith when you said what you said?
Oh yeah, I remember he had said something about Will Smith back in the day too.
And Will Smith said 2 lies about you, and Eminem conceded. He didn't want to go back and forth.
What did he say?
He said, on Mr. Nice Guy, where he said, he basically said Eminem dissed me. He said diss by Eminem, but did it bother him? Yep, but he classy. Just make another 20 mil walk right past E. I was like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, you can talk all the shit you want about me, sir.
That's exactly what he did too.
What was that? 2002? Yeah, he got Men in Black 2. Made $20 million off that movie.
Yeah, because at that time he was making like $20 million a movie.
He said, just walk right past E. I was like, oh shit. And he indirectly took a shot at 8 Mile, but all right.
And also too, remember him and Mariah Carey was having that ongoing beef for years. And then she dropped that Obsessed song, and after that, it was pretty much it.
Yeah, he don't do well when people go back on him. He wouldn't be a great battle rapper. All right. Go ahead, Methany. I would love to know what she said about Eminem 3 years later.
So we'll probably never know. Because was Jenny Jones still on there?
Yeah, I think she ended it early 2000s. Because that was like the end of the daytime talk show era. Outside of Oprah, of course. Hold up. So you don't care about rap, but you hear on a discussion about rap.
Right, and had the nerve to stand up and say something. You should just sat in your seat.
White people always got to be the center of attention. Sucks. Okay.
It's any artist, any movie, anything that promotes violence should be banned. Go ahead, Booker Paul, you want to respond?
But you're on an episode that's talking about
this whole studio audience heard me talking. Not once did I say it was a black or white. Anybody hear me say that? You make it a black or white issue.
There it is. You saw what he just did? That's exactly what they do today. He said, I didn't make it about race. You did. I didn't say anything about black or white. You made it about race, which she did. Because he never said anything about race. And she brought it up. She said, anyone promoting violence, black or white, so on and so forth. And she said it multiple times. They can't help themselves. Just like when I had posted that article in the Reacts Discord, where it was talking about the top 20 most dangerous cities in America. And when I saw Chicago on the list, because Chicago was number 20, I scrolled down to look at the comments because it was almost over like 1,200 comments in there. The first thing I saw in there was white people talking about demographics. Let's ask about the demographics. I bet it's the 13%. Let's talk about it's the ones that commit 50% of the crime, or it's the ones in the blue states, or the ones who mostly vote Democrat. The article had nothing to do with race. It was just talking about the top 20 most dangerous, or the top 10 cities with the highest crime rates. And Chicago was number 20. And I scrolled to the comments and they immediately throw out the usual buzzwords. They cannot help themselves but be the same ones to talk about why everything got to be about race. Because your ancestors created the social construct of race and you're just abiding by it, because if you do not, white supremacy will cease to exist.
Yo, which Discord did you put it in?
It was the React. Hold on, let me see if I can find it, because I posted it in there today. It's under. Hold on, damn it. The Reacts community one.
Okay.
It was an article. It was posted. The article was posted of June of this year. I know I said July, but it was really June. And when you look down and see the comments, you'll see.
Yeah, I tried to read some of them. I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick detour. Okay, so Chicago's 20.
And how ironic they made sure to start at 20 because they had to throw Chicago in there somewhere. I think that was intentional.
It's only 1,000 crimes per 100,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Minneapolis, we know why. New Orleans, we know why. Lansing, Michigan. The state capital. Okay. Nashville. Hey, Candace Owens, we gotta have a conversation. We have to have and Lauren Chen, we have to have a conversation.
Nashville has literally become the Sambo tap dancing capital of America because there's so many of them that live down there.
Mm-hmm.
You got Candace Owens. Doesn't Whalelock live down there too?
I think so.
See, there you go. He makes up about 10 people with his orbit.
But you know why they really went to Tennessee, right?
To get that Nashville hot chicken.
That too, but one, it's a state with no income tax. Two, they would look foolish if they moved to Florida. They don't really believe in DeSantis and what he's doing down here. They just following the wave. Because if they were really about that life, they would go move to Florida, but we know they're not going to do that. And three, it's a white supremacist haven.
Mm-hmm.
Even more so than Florida. I mean, this is the state that allows lynching.
That's the state where the Klan was founded, Pulaski, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think it was Indiana, but no, it was actually a city called Pulaski, Tennessee. It just became popular in Indiana.
Right.
Because that's where a lot of them migrated after they got started.
Mm-hmm. Look, Anchorage, Alaska, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Alaska. San Bernardino, who lived there? It ain't us. Oakland, they're running all the black people out of Oakland.
Yeah, it's heavily gentrified out there.
Mm-hmm. Indianapolis, Springfield, Missouri, Albuquerque. We don't live there. Stockton, California. Okay. Cleveland, Rockford, Illinois, Milwaukee, Little Rock, Memphis.
Look at that. Memphis got 2 cities on there.
You mean Tennessee? Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee got 2 cities on there.
Mm-hmm. They're 2 biggest.
I know they was proud about that Baltimore one because that's the other one they like to talk about a lot.
Mm-hmm. Detroit, but they never talk about why Detroit is the way it is. And St. Louis.
I was even when I was looking at some of them when I was looking at some of them comments, someone was upset because Chicago wasn't lower or higher.
Higher, yeah.
See how they start off with the first comment? While 19 and 20 are rightfully there, so on and so forth.
Anchorage is only a small population of the usual offenders. Here we go. It's per capita.
They love that per capita bullshit. They love that.
Oh my god, boy!
Because that's the only way they feel like they'll have a win. Because if
shows how bad Chicago really is.
Because if they took that per capita out, it really exposes them. That's why they got to lean on that per capita.
God. Boy, Mark is upset because he desperately wanted Chicago to be number 1.
That's the comment I was thinking of.
In the next episode of How to Say I'm Racist Without Saying I'm Racist, Mark will quote his favorite pastimes for the bell curve. Look at the thing. He got this the hell. Here we go. What do you think 19 to 20 of these cities have in common besides being damn run? Anchorage.
We know what they're talking about. We know what you mean.
Where's Albuquerque? I didn't see a whole bunch of black people in Albuquerque. Maybe I missed it.
It's not a lot of black people in New Mexico, period.
That's what I'm saying. So what is it? Here we go. It would be nice if the media would show the statistics of who commits violent crimes in these cities. Are they afraid of offending law-abiding citizens? I think we have a right to know. Not very good reporting. Hey, dumbass, you could go on the FBI site.
Exactly. Like, see how they're stretching it? They want to know what the demographics is because they want so bad for it to say black all the way down. That's all they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the gap is not even a huge margin. They make it seem like
somebody said it.
Like it's a huge.
Go ahead. Sorry.
They making it seem like it's a huge margin between us and them, and it's not. It's a very small margin.
Should I go show them the 2021 stats real fast?
Sure.
Somebody said this was not the point of the article. Go research yourself and write another article. But okay. They don't get it. Yeah.
And they don't want to.
No, they don't want to go look. That's the problem. They swear up and down that they creatures that know everything, but they don't want to go look. What are you scared of?
And then when they do go look, they be pulling up some fake stat from some underground dub ass site that is not truthful in any form.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Sorry. Where was it? Here it is. Crime Data Explorer. Because I remember I did this on a live stream when Roberto showed up there trying to say that we don't know what we talking about. We the one doing all the damn crime.
I remember I had did a stream a couple of years ago breaking down what the crime stats were. When does the next one come out? Doesn't the next one be coming out?
It should be out now, but every time I go look, it's like the site is broken.
Because I know they update like once every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Well, this is 2021. Look how close the number is.
I can't see it.
Look how close these numbers are. Offender race. Look how close. But they'll say, black people only 13%.
I still can't see it. I don't know if you can share the screen. Okay.
Hey, black people, they 13%. Okay, motherfucker, you guys are 60 and you're still doing this. I thought you guys were law abiding.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're gonna focus on this. Well, damn! Look at that, white. Look, see, it's black people doing this to us. So it's black people doing this to you. Okay.
It's crazy that they only focus on those two because those are the only two they feel they have a win in. But in all the other categories, since I think it's like 30 in total, they completely annihilate.
They destroyed us in 2019. They don't never want to bring that up. Now I see more people bringing that to them, and now they don't want to talk about it. Get back here. Come, let's talk about it. Hey, white people, let's talk about it.
Because when it comes to drugs, robbery, assaults of any kind, arts, all of those, they lead exceedingly in those categories.
This is the only one: murder and non-legit manslaughter and robbery. Those are the only ones we lead in. Everything else, y'all are killing us. Look at this. The grape stats. Y'all don't want to talk.
That one, when I saw that as a category, I didn't even have to look and say, "Oh, do they or are they leading or aren't they?" Because I knew for a fact they did.
Look at these grape stats. Look at the aggravated.
They're the only group. They are the only group in the 5-figure range. Everyone else is in the 4 or lower in that category. That's crazy.
Look at this here. You double the larceny theft rate. Y'all talk about us ripping off cars. Look at this.
And these are just the ones that are reported. Imagine the ones, if they had every last one, those numbers would be way higher.
Y'all out here burning buildings down.
That's why they lean, like I said, that's why they lean on that per capita.
Vandalism, but they were talking about vandalism during 2020. Look at the vandalism in 2019.
Right.
I think that's why they didn't want to release the 2020 stats. I think
that's why.
Go ahead.
As they said, they don't want them to release it.
Yeah, because they know it's going to be a problem. The white people going to have a conversation. Let me see. Let me see something. I think these are the 2020 stats. Look how close these numbers are.
Yeah, those numbers are real close. They only less than us by like a little over 3,000.
You know how they are. We gotta let them. We're not gonna let them have it no more. We're not gonna let them have it no more. Because I'm about tired. Because every time they do this, they're like, "Ooh, it's 52%." I'm like, motherfucker, we've had a 4% drop, so it's not 52 anymore. So what else you got for us?
I said, what they need to be worrying about is their new criminal class. The ones coming across,
and they're going to be upset when they classify as white.
I didn't even think about that until you said that.
Yeah, they going to classify themselves as white.
Oh, then that'll be white on white crime.
And remember they got pissed when I showed the mass shootings for the last 50-something years, and white people were destroying everybody. Even when your man Obama sat down there and lowered the threshold, they still were leading. Yeah, but they love talking about Chicago mass shootings. But anyway, back to Jenny Jones. And she ain't got no tooth. She ain't got no front tooth. I just noticed that.
Any movie, anything that promotes violence should be banned.
Excuse me, you want to respond? Direct that towards me. Now, this whole studio audience heard me talking. Not once did I say it was a black or white. Anybody hear me say that? You're making it a black or white issue. 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 I refuse to sit up here and let you think it's lies. I'm not going to stand for that. Don't say I made it a black or white issue. Because Tupac not only rapping young black male, Tupac rapping everybody. Because young teenagers to stand up on their own and have their opinions. And white people bought Tupac album.
Hang on.
White folks bought Tupac album. Not more than we did.
Hold on 1 second. Bookapone, you did just say that it was black on black crime, and that's the only thing that mattered to you. That's what you were worried about.
Black on black crime.
What I have a feeling for me, it doesn't matter if it's black on black or white on black. Crime is crime.
I said that. I already said that.
Wait. Run that back. Because I wanted to make sure I heard what you just said.
She said it.
I heard the black on black crime, but I want to make sure I heard what she said after that.
Hang on.
White folks brought Tupac out
Book
more than we did.
Hold on one sec. Book of Poem, you did just say that it was black on black crime, and that's the only thing that mattered to you. That's what you were worried about.
Black crime.
What I have a feeling for is, to me, it doesn't matter if it's black on black or white on black. Crime is crime.
Wait, did she say? It doesn't matter if it's black on black or white on black. So let's talk about what's going on in your community, ma'am.
They wasn't talking about no familicide in the 90s.
They should have been.
Hey, you gotta remember, this was a few years after the Menendez boys.
Yep.
And they still trying to get out. But all right.
Let's not talk about what Susan Smith did.
Go to Arias.
And that was three. And that was what, three. What was that? Three? Was that 3 or 2 years before this?
Mm-hmm. I'm
let's
just
not
trying
talk
to
about what.
out.
Let's not also talk about what. Now this is all alleged, but it was always like things saying that it could have been her parents that did it or had a connection. John Benet Ramsey, and that happened the same year as this in '96. In December, everybody remember that story. He was around during that time. Because they never stopped talking about it.
Hmm. Yeah, the Menendez boys are still trying to get out.
And so was Susan Smith, but her family said, "Don't let that bitch out."
Do not let that bitch out. Exactly, that bitch gonna kill us. Oh, but everybody did their time, right? Everybody did their time.
Now, my thing is this to her. What music was the Menendez brothers listening to that led them to go and slaughter their parents like that? What music was Susan Smith listening to when she decided to take out her own kids and blame a black man or black men for that?
Mm-hmm.
Inquiring minds would like to know. Since y'all want to be up here and blaming rap music on what's going on with black people, let's act. I think it's fair assessment. See, they should have had me up. Well, see, at this age back then, up there, because I would have asked that question. I would have asked that question.
Yeah, what do you listen to? Because y'all was listening to Elvis, and should we have a show about Elvis's lyrics
or Elvis and his style?
Or his behaviors off stage? Should we have that conversation? But that's cool. But R. Kelly need to go to jail.
Earlier, black on black crime is all you cared about. You did say that. Reverend Al, would you please stop?
Whether or not you look at it that way, we live in a real world. There is a difference in how the society handles black crime and white crime. Let's be real about it. And part of what the rappers are talking about in their lyrics is the reality of what they have to live with. That is not your reality. If you live in the Henry Hunter houses in Chicago or in Albany Project, you don't get up in the morning singing everything is rosy, because it's not.
But still, shouldn't the message be crime is crime? It's all bad. We gotta take a break. When we come back, we will talk to another guest on the show who was a young teenage boy who had two.
How many guests did Jenny have on that day?
A whole bunch. A whole bunch. When you get a whole bunch of black people on different sides, this makes great content. She put up the whole damn world if she could.
Jesse said, "What music was the Columbine killers listening to?" Or Timothy?
Oh, they were listening to death metal. They did that in their documentary. They were listening to them death metal bands.
And I think what it is that they're upset because like a lot of like metal bands like kind of faded out, but rap didn't. And I think that's what they were trying to do, is they were trying to make rap fade into obscurity, especially in this era right here. But it didn't work because it's like it caught on and it wouldn't let go. And they were upset that a lot of other people kind of faded, but rap stayed around. Now, the state of where it's at right now is it is what it is. But as a genre, it's still not going anywhere. It's very heavily influential, like we said earlier, on a global scale, and that shit is burning their ass right now. But they're still making money off of it though.
Exactly. I mean,
so I'm like, why are you upset? You still making like if you like those execs who's running the record label, you're making the money. Like, why are you mad? And you pushing out the image.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. In April 22nd, 1999, article in the Washington Post described Harrison Klebold. Quote, they hated jocks, admired the N-words. We know who he talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The fewer people. And scorned normalcy. They fancied themselves devotees of the Gothic subculture, aka the Trenchcoat Mafia, even though they thrilled to the violence denounced by much of that fantasy world. They were white supremacists, but I thought they didn't exist. There's no such thing, according to Black conservatives. They tell you, here it is. But loved the music by anti-racist rock bands. Anti-racist rock bands.
There you go.
Sure. And they launched their attack the day of Hitler's birthday. But they not racist, right?
Speak on it.
They weren't racist. All right. Doesn't it seem all the big mass shootings happen in Colorado?
Huh?
They had this one. They had the one at the movie theater, the Boulder one that just happened. Maybe we should start asking what's going on in Colorado.
What's going on in Colorado? Or as I used to call it when I was a kid, Colorado.
Colorado. Ain't no color there. Let me stop. Jesse, get mad at me. Let me stop.
The drive-by shooting. We'll be right back.
Oh, I guess you're going to blame the rap music for the drive-by shooting, right?
Money is everything. Domino, did you know Tupac Shakur? Did you ever meet him?
I just met him, and I really like to make it a point not to use Tupac's death as a tool or a vehicle for me to rise. What I will say about him is, just coming out of of the ghetto, we recognize true when it is true. And,
you're saying that rap music, gangster rap, is just basically about the truth.
Well, what I'm saying about it is definitely it's about the truth. And what we need to know is that we need to educate everybody to everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have a person be sold on peaches and cream forever. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to know every side of what you're working with.
Until we did the show, I never really looked at rap lyrics, and I actually read some. Right. And just tell me, I mean, this is what personally offensive to me as a woman. Let me just put them up here. Some of it I can't read. A freak's in my reach, threw her on the floor. Can't say the next part. She's screaming, getting hoarse. It's pretty like violence against women. I mean, this is your lyric, your song.
And that's what it is. And let me
take a break, and I will get your immediate reaction to your own lyrics. We'll be right back.
Jenny Jones, how are you going to do a show on gangster rap and you did no research? You did research. You did research while you were sitting in the chair getting made up. You gonna tell me in 1996 that was your first foray into rap music in New York City? In New York City. Okay. They be lying. Oh, which part of the white supremacist handbook is the page where they say lie, lie, lie?
It's in every chapter.
And even when they tell you, when they hit you with the truth, lie some more.
Yep. Because they got to make sure that with every chapter that goes past, because, let's say a chapter is 10 pages. We want to make sure and reiterate that you have to lie some more. Because if we don't tell you, you may forget.
Will Smith was literally in the game for 8 years. How the hell did you not see him? Run DMC literally crossed over. How did you not hear this? Public Enemy crossed over. How did you not hear it? LL Cool J literally crossed over. How did you not see this? This was 1996. NWA was there. They were all over the TV. Never mind. They be lying.
We reintroduced David B. out, the editor of Entertainment Monitor magazine. Let me just
just kind of run through a history. You're familiar, I'm sure, but some of the viewers may not, of Tupac Shakur's life. 1992, a stray bullet from his discharged gun killed a 6-year-old boy. 1993, arrested for beating up film director Alan Hughes. October 93, arrested for shooting at 2 Atlanta police officers, which was Scott on his phone. November 93, convicted to 4.5 years for sexual abuse. He said he never did it, but he served 8 months for that. And then he was shot 5 times in Manhattan, November 94, and robbed of jewelry worth about $40,000. In fact, he was in a wheelchair from that shooting, and he was going to trial. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Right. So,
and you missed the MTV Music Awards just past a couple months ago, where he had an altercation with Notorious B.I.G.
Yes. Walk us through that the night in Las Vegas. What happened? He was there for the Tyson fight, correct?
He was there for a Tyson fight. He and Tyson are good friends, and since Tyson's been out, he's attended every fight. So it's foreknowledge that he would be at that fight. He and Suge. They attended the fight. After the fight, there was an altercation, very verbal altercation between.
Now, Suge, the man he was with, is the person who runs Death Row Records.
Yes, CEO of Death Row Records.
Right.
He runs a $100 million a year company, which Tupac is signed with.
He's the person, by the way, that some people have said was the intended target.
Yeah, we'll get
okay,
to that.
all right.
But anyway, so they had a fight with supposedly rival gang members. Suge is involved with the Bloods. He has said it, and
it's pretty much public knowledge.
Oh, yes, public knowledge. There were many gang members in town for the fight, and a Cadillac pulled up passenger side. 2 guys supposedly had opened up and started firing, and Tupac was hit trying to scramble in the back seat.
He was standing up in the car, I think.
Actually, he was trying to get in the back seat for more, I guess, protection. And they're saying that if he had stayed down, he may not have been hit.
25 years old.
25 years old, yeah.
Very sad.
And I have to really quickly just answer the Reverend Sharpton, is that he puts the blame, I guess, or at least is blaming all this on the white record executives, the ones that run MCA and runs. And I got to tell you, I've worked with the people of Death Row and NWA way back when. These are people that settle their disputes with guns and pipes. And that's a way of life for them. And that is a way of life for them.
But no, wait a minute, let's be fair. First of all, I said that they make a lot of profit. The other thing is, let us also be honest. The music industry has not been run by young guys that have MOB on the phone. They've been run by the mob, who has broken people's legs rather than pay them royalties. Wait a minute, Vegas is run by the mob. So I mean, when I'm saying record industry, I'm not arguing. I'm not saying the blame it on. I'm not saying blame it on white or black. I'm saying deal with all of it. Don't just act like one group is violent when you got the whole mob running Vegas.
Okay, we got a break. We're back in a moment.
They're not victims.
Jenny had to cut it off because it was getting heated.
Yeah, I gotta go. She's like, I gotta start rapping.
Hey, and people with computer robot.
Read that for them, Torian. Because they say Tupac.
It says, God let me live for me to do something extremely extraordinary, and that's what I have to do. Tupac Shakur.
But he's so bad, right?
It's because he's black. They hate that we got that edge. They don't. They just don't listen. We don't like raisin in a potato salad.
And we don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
No, but look what Computer Robot said. He said, guys, let's not forget how Jenny Jones' show ended that infamous incident.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I think I know what they're talking about?
You know what she's talking about. The old boy she had on there, and then old boy killed his wife, and she had to go get deposed. Oh, you don't remember that?
If I had a name,
what's his name? What's it? Jonathan Schmitz.
I gotta look this up.
Here you go. Oh, we had it pulled up already.
Oh,
yeah. This asshole. He got out a few years ago.
And he said that's what canceled the show.
That's what she lost a lot of credibility after that. Because she was doing a show about like people being kind of like stalkers.
Oh.
And then this guy, he was like staunchly anti-gay, but his crush was a gay man. And then he ended up I'm sorry, not his wife, that was somebody else. He killed the gay man. Yeah. It was quite an interesting. It was quite an interesting show.
I don't think I ever remember that.
Oh, this would be like if you ever did a story about the old school Operation Protect the White Boy, he should be the lead off. Because he should have died for that. But they kept him and let him go.
He's still alive today?
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's finish this off and get up out of here. There's only a little bit left. As the girl said at the end, it's the parents. It's got to be on us, family. It can't be on them. They basically said it has to be on the parents. But again, the trivia, yep, that moist guy got killed. Like the dude told you, I'm not gay. And you still pushed it, and he gave it to you. We get touring a little bit.
Now, which of these ways would you choose to reveal your secret crush on someone? A, would you write that person a letter? B, would you tell the person in private in case he rejects?
Yeah.
Do you know that he is?
No. Anything's possible.
You're living.
Here we go.
Did you think Donna had the crush on you?
Did I? No, we're good friends.
Well, guess what? It's Scott that has the crush on you.
You lied to me.
You lied to me.
I mean, he's confronted with this horrible situation on national television. You'll see him walk. His hands.
You lied to me.
Did you think Donna had the crush on you?
Did I? No, we're good friends.
Well, guess what? Scott has the crush on you.
You lied to me.
And that's the one that was stalking him.
On national television.
The guy in the middle was stalking him. Well, not stalking, but like that was the secret. He had a secret crush on the guy. It's like, you lied to me.
And he killed him.
Yeah. Because the guy kept trying to pursue it.
You can see when you watch him, his hands go to his face in humiliation and embarrassment. And Jenny Jones exploits that and keeps twisting the knife and twisting the knife.
Before we talk, take a look at, we'll show a little playback of what Scott said about you. John, take a look at that money down there.
It entails like whipped cream and champagne, stuff like that.
Pause.
What?
He wanted to do the thing with him with whipped cream and other stuff. Pause. Pause. He looks so uncomfortable.
He looks uncomfortable.
He saw you under that car for the first time. He had an under the car fantasy and he had a hammock fantasy he's been telling us about. Did you have any idea that he liked you this much?
No.
Can you tell us what your status is? Are you involved with anybody or?
No, but I am definitely a heterosexual, I guess you would say.
He'd been engaged to a woman for 3 or 4 years. And
look at all the babies clapping.
He thought probably it was she, and if not the ex-girlfriend, someone else he had met at work with whom he thought there was a spark between the two. And so he was fantasizing. He gets on the airplane, and before even he gets on the airplane, he goes out and he buys a suit of clothes, a sport jacket, a pair of slacks, and a new shirt, and a new tie, and I think even new shoes. And he gets himself all spruced up because he is now convincing himself that this is going to be the turnaround event in his life. This time, if it is his old girlfriend, he tells everybody at work, this time he's going to marry her.
Donna lives upstairs from me. And Scott was a guy one night I pulled in, she was looking at her brakes, and I was looking at the brakes too, and Scott pulls in behind me and goes, well, your car's pretty funny because I drew this peace sign in the back of my car, and it's, it says Peace Man on it. And then Scott says, you look like a hippie in your car, and then you get out of your car, and then he told Donna that I was a good-looking guy, and Donna told me, and I said, well, it's flattering, but...
It's flattering, but you're not interested.
No,
There's no way, right?
No, I'm
well, at least you got it out. Are you very disappointed?
You can see her on the tape draining every last drop she can get out of it. She says to Jonathan, after he sees it's Donna Riley there sitting with Scott Amador, and he kisses Donna Riley, and Scott Amador, obviously set up for this, tries to embrace him, and he pulls away and avoids the embrace, sits down next to, in the only empty seat next to Scott Amador, and as the audience hubbub kind of dies down, Jenny Jones from out in the audience says, so...
Did you think Donna had the crush on you?
Did I? No, we're good friends.
He gets halfway through the sentence, and she says, well, guess what?
Guess what? It's Scott that has the crush on you.
You lied to me.
His first reaction is to turn to Scott and to Donna and say,
you lied to me.
The bomb starts ticking. At the moment, Jenny Jones exposes with a big flourish and a huge audience reaction that it's in fact Scott Amador who has the secret crush on Jonathan, not Donna Riley. They leave the show, and Jonathan, still trying to act the gentleman, agrees to drive them home from the airport. The following morning, after staying up all the night before, drinking with friends from work, he goes home and he sees a note written by Scott that if you really want to get it off, I'm the only one who has the right tool. Jonathan sees this, and I think the bomb is really going off at that point.
Now,
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know this existed.
Oh yeah, it was a whole. So they did like a whole documentary on this. Yeah, but they love talking about us so much, and they got all these things we could just like talk about all day, but we choose not to because we have other things that are more important. But they think about us all day. But before you go, since I know you're probably going to do a video on this because it's funny as hell. How do you feel about old Jodie Turner losing her man?
That is very interesting, and that's so crazy. I said the divestors are taking L after L because guess what else I heard?
What'd you hear?
That Tamar Braxton's fiance broke up with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 in 1 day.
And did you hear how K. Michelle getting dragged?
Yeah, because she said that she had like preferred to like date like white men, or she liked white guys or something like that.
Yeah. Divestors, boy. Ooh, and you know Chris had to go get him a piece of it.
Who?
Chris.
Oh.
You know he had to go get a piece. You know that video coming. God damn.
Yeah, because especially that Jodie Turner Smith shit.
Oh my god. And all she got out of this was a naked photo shoot.
Yeah, the one where she was showing her ass.
Uh-huh. She got all that, and now they about to pull out the Halle Berry clause. Your Honor, I would like to use the Halle Berry clause for my client, Mr. Joshua Jackson. Oh, yeah, that's the clause that says that she has to pay me. And I want full custody of the kid. And okay, so you're a white man. Yes, we will give it to you.
Because remember what they did with Halle Berry.
Mm-hmm. And Aisha Tyler.
Mm-hmm. See, Aisha Tyler divested so hard, like with her situation, she ended up leaving men altogether and ended up with a white woman. That's crazy. What's going on with him?
With who? Oh, this is Eric July. I was just looking at some why he was trending.
Oh,
he's another one of these people that like to say that black people ain't victims.
Yeah, I'm from Young Ripper.
Yeah. It's an interesting day out here.
That token.
He ain't got to say, hey, he had to say that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
But you said it already, so I was kind of late. But yeah, it's been a very interesting Monday to start off October, hasn't it?
Yeah, right. I didn't expect to do that impromptu stream earlier today, but I did.
That was a great stream, by the way.
That was the first time. Yeah, that was the first time I ever did a live stream on him, and like I said, I did. You can tell I definitely held back. Like y'all picked up the puns though, so I mean, without me having to say it.
Yeah, but that his take on reparations was wild. We'll just show that before we go, because it again, they say Tupac is bad, but you know, he said my vote isn't for sale. This is what he told people. My vote isn't for sale.
Your soul is.
Oh yeah, we know his soul is. Actually, yeah, he went to Iowa. He went to the Iowa State Fair and asked leftists to give him reparation. Like, why would you do that? But, you know what? I don't care. He said, I'm more, it was harder for me to come out as conservative than gay.
That's I didn't know that a political leaning was a sexuality.
And look who he talked to.
Of course.
We now have woke segregation.
The jokes write themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so easy to debunk them.
How to empower Black communities. I'm sure that was riveting.
That's he the last person to be talking about empowering anything dealing with
easy. Easy. Be easy. Say it. I don't care. Say it. I don't give a fuck.
What I feel nothing?
There you go. Say it. We feel nothing. They just love. Here's my thing. Maybe you can answer this because you're more in the trenches than I am. Why, if you don't, I shouldn't say understand, if you don't subscribe to the idea of reparations, why do you still talk about it?
Because they need something to talk about. And the thing is, like I said, the thing that boggles my mind is if you were a beneficiary of it, why are you so against it? That's the crazy part to me.
Right.
If you benefit from it, why are you so hell-bent against it? These are the same people that says if you just work hard and do that. So you mean if I tap dance and buck my eyes like you, I can get somewhere? No, I would rather pass a goddamn kidney stone. Because let's be real here. That's the kind of Black person that white people love. If they could snap their fingers and we all turn into that, they would feel more comfortable. They wouldn't have to look. They feel like they wouldn't have to look over their shoulder no more.
Right.
But let's be real here. They don't have that kind of power to do that. And it probably burns them up that they don't.
Oh,
but we'll see y'all maybe possibly in 2040, 2035 when, you know, you're declined even more.
That's interesting.
And I think Rob Smith is mad because he's incapable of growing facial hair.
Damn.
Like, think about it. Have you ever seen this dude with at least even a mustache?
No. Maybe you think without facial hair, you don't seem threatening.
That's why my uncle, when he was alive, said, I don't trust a Black man with no facial hair. Look at Larry Elder.
Where?
I'm just talking about the fact he has no facial hair. Look at Jim.
Remember, he used to have the mustache. Why did he get rid of it?
Clyburn.
Oh, Jesus. But anyway, yeah, so that's it, family. Nothing else. I appreciate you coming up.
No problem.
Hey, Tupac is so bad, huh? All right. Tupac is so bad. Gangsta rap is so bad because people imitate it. Well, people imitated Elvis too, and yeah. We should we talk about those situations, white parents when yo people were whooping y'all's ass for imitating Elvis and listening to him? But that wasn't a problem. Now Elvis is revered. Tupac is getting revered. Dare I say, white people, Tupac is bigger than Elvis? I dare say that. Am I allowed to say that?
Hey, say what you feel.
There you go. Tupac is a bigger icon than Elvis. That's right, I said it. Tupac was unique. Elvis stole. Oops. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here, family. Thank you, Torian, for coming up.
No problem.
Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when agents of chaos come to mess up your day.